Take a look. All right, Debbie.
Hello.
What's up for today?
As in
Everything. I mean, we have only a few days to election.
Oh yeah. A lot is happening.
So you know whom to vote for, right?
Oh yeah, I know, but you know, like voting has to do with secrecy.
Oh yeah, I'm not asking whom we are voting for.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely, I know who to vote for.
Okay. All right, Oyema.
Okay, with 4 days to the 2024 elections, Aide of NPP presidential candidate Dr. Bawumia, identified as Rosemond Obin, has come out to state that her boss isn't fit to lead the affairs of the country. So in an interview, she reviewed the aide, who has thrown her support for the opposition party NDC, and John Dramani Mahama, reviewed that Bawumia is a puppet who is being used by some people in high authority. So according to her, she is not just making up those statements about her boss, who she also sees as her father, but she's telling the truth. So Ghanaians don't regret voting for him to run the affairs of the country. Until the young video, we'll be right back.
I work closely with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his personal assistant at his campaign office. So I worked with him.
And what was that like?
Well, at the initial stage, it was cool. You know, we all had it in this country, the economic messiah, the economic whiskit. So I was excited to have the opportunity to work closely with him, book his appointment at the campaign office, sit in his meetings and write his minutes, serve him his coffee, his food, and whatever he may assign me to do. And also did travel sometimes with him. So it was very exciting, I would say. But along the line, I realized Dr. Bawumia lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the approach to that particular situation, I realized it lacked leadership. I realized that.
What was the approach?
His approach lacked boldness, firmness, fairness, and courage.
Really?
And these are essential qualities of any good leader.
But there's a leader who is saying he has bold solutions, you know, for the people of Ghana.
You are
saying he lacked boldness in taking decisions at his office?
He cannot. You know, I came to the conclusion that with what happened, he's easily manipulated and dictated to.
Really?
It's sad, but people control Dr. Bawumia.
Seriously?
People tell him what to do. And it's sad that a leader will not have an opinion of his own. It's sad.
This is the vice president of the country you're talking about.
Well, he holds the position, but who is he when it comes to his leadership style? That is what we are talking about.
What did you see at the office which is making you jump, or should I say arrive at this?
I would say, I will still not go into the issues. I know you're trying to push me. But with his approach, when it comes to solving.
Okay, so they always say in every rumor there's an iota of truth, and I wouldn't really side with what the lady is saying, but as vice president of a country, if someone close to you is able to come out to say you're a puppet, people in high position use you to get what they want. You listen to other people before you can, should I say, implement something. You need a go ahead from someone before you can do something as a leader. Should that be a question mark on you? Sister Debbie, I'll start with you.
It's really a question mark. I mean, what the lady is saying to me is very true. Anyone who will say that the lady is actually telling lies has a problem, because even in his communication, you can actually see that yes, he can be a leader, but he actually lacks certain qualities to be a leader. I'm not saying Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia cannot lead Ghana, and I'm not saying he's not good enough to lead Ghana, but then there are certain things he still needs to put in place as a leader. I'm not trying to compare Bawumia to Mahama, though, but then when you listen to the speech of John Mahama, you can actually sense maturity in what he's saying. I'm not saying what Bawumia is saying, there is no sense of maturity in it, but there are certain statements or comments that even if you are young and then you are vying for a high office, there are certain ways to talk. There are ways to actually guide your communication in a way that it won't look as if you don't know what you are doing. So let's look at someone who said he's an economist, someone who says he can actually manage the economy very well, and then we've handed this to you, and at the end of the day you said you're actually diverting from the economy to become a digital man. And as at that time, CD to $1 was 4 CDs. When they said they have the most the most excellent economist or something to handle the economy of the country, and at the end of the day the CD to $1 is almost 20 cedis, 70 cedis, so we are almost getting to 20 cedis or closer to 20 cedis. So such a person standing in to be a president, he said he's an economist, and then within a twinkle of an eye he's still saying he's a digital man. So imagine we voting for him to become a president of this country. He might end up doing something, and at the end of the day he will just switch to do a different thing. That's what I'm saying. That I'm not saying he's not good enough to be the president of this country, but then someone who is so close to you coming out to say this means that there is actually something somewhere that needs to be checked. You know, sometimes you can actually listen to the way he talks. He tries a lot to mimic his role model, and then his role model is President Akufo-Addo. President Akufo-Addo is a mature person. Sometimes he do make certain statements, but even with that, you can actually sense some sort of a bit maturity in what he is saying. I'm not saying that he's not mature. No one should get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that a person who has claimed to be an economist and all of a sudden has changed to become a digital man. Just imagine this person being the leader of Ghana. And see, you be a leader of Ghana, it's like the population of Ghana will be somewhere around, if I won't lie, will be around 30 million, or am I lying, or 3 million or something. So you are coming to head or rule people, like a lot of people under you who are summing almost up to like, let me say summing up to millions of people, and then a lot of things you are going to, like, it's like you are now going to head everything. You get it? So if you are somebody that you are not stable enough, like we don't actually know where you stand. Today you are doing this, the other time you are doing that. And as a leader has qualities. A good leader, there are qualities that specify you to be a good leader. And he has some, he doesn't have some. So I'm sure that he's supposed to sit down and then correct certain things. Okay. I'm not with him, and the lady who is saying this, I'm not in her office. I don't know whether what she's saying is true or not. But see, any patriotic citizen in this country that will not buttress this case with politics and take a critical look at this issue will definitely know that Bawumia, some way, somehow, is not fit to be a leader as at now. Because there are a lot of things to do, like a lot of things to work on again. I'm not saying he's not a good leader. Yes, but there are still certain things to say. Because somebody who is talking, like you talk today, you say something, the next day you are saying something different. You do this today, the next day you are doing something different. It's like you're not stable. And then as a leader, you have to be stable. Because if you're not stable, no one will take you seriously. But when you are stable and then you are giving an order, I know what you are saying, you meant it. But when you are not stable and then you are giving me order, it's like someone who is not in order. Like you yourself, you are orderly disorganized, and then you want to put me into order. You get it? So we are saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yes, you have the qualities of a leader, but still there are certain things you are supposed to put in place, especially your speech, the way you talk to people.
All right.
it also counts.
Okay, thank you very much, DJ Cham.
Yeah, Mahama, I think Debbie has said a lot about my father, my uncle, and everything. You see, Bawumia is someone if Otunobuasi or expecting Nomanka, people who understand him, maybe he may be somehow active in everywhere. Whereby it's like I've told my son, say, Obiaba, catcher and say miniho. Nani panabana catcher and person in cancha or say miniho. That is what Bawumia is doing at the end of the day. People coach him to say whatever he wants to say, even on stage. Like he's not on himself. It's like one-on-one. The person either is having some earpod or something that they communicate through that thing to him or whatsoever. I don't really know, but to me, his communication and everything, is not that active and shows someone who can lead the country. Whereby also someone like this, pressure bar. How do you even sustain this kind of stuff? Because at the end of the day, it's like the way the lady was saying, there's nothing wrong with it. Say, for you soon number your idea, for you soon number come ask them. That is true. Because there are so many things. I don't think maybe His Excellency will come and say oh, and then me come. But at the end of the day, what can I be the change? Definitely he will pass that message to you and go and say it. And at the end of the day, that is your image that you are damaging or you are tarnishing. You understand? So in this case, he may be a president one day, but he should go back and sit down and plan very well. Because at the end of the day, Obi also share is not a digital no so be so campo ye sheda so ye biasa. This is very I don't know, but this is not someone who can lead the country. That's really, what
no one knows. Maybe in 2 years time he might change from being a digital man to something different. Oh, it's true.
You see,
and it happens like that.
There are so many times you can give someone a
mess.
chance, but that would be the worst thing for us to do. So what I say, because Obia o Kasa, I say one shell. So you go ahead and share. Look at that previous videos for can man fast and man those kind of stuff. They be I say unkoladi be sabi. So what I say, yes. Look at the do you know cause fast and man me demate and
President be demate. Even with that, there is a lot of issue buttressing that. You want to be a president, and okay, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. As a mate, to me, I believe like sometimes the mates, they are now learning the process from the driver, even though he's taking money. Because when you meet a mate that is new, he will, instead of like you giving him the money to change for you, he will still ask you that from here to here, how much do they take? So you are coming to be a president of this country, and you are saying that you want to be a mate. Like how?
A mistake.
It's no, it's not a mistake. This one is not a mistake. It was said like clearly. It wasn't a mistake to me, and I'm not sure it's a mistake to someone who actually wants the goodness or the development of this country. We are not actually backing any party or so, but we are saying the fact here. You want to be a president, say they should give you the this thing. You should rather be the driver, not the mate. Because a mate, you have a lot of things to do. Mate is not just a mate, because as a mate, it's like you are the PA for the driver. So it means you are still in the learning process. But when you tell me you are a driver, I believe you know, even since you are the driver, you know everything, including the mate side of his work. You also know something about it. But
no mate will be in no mate be in home more more than 8 years old. But anyway, what now so more the mates 8 years. That's still how?
He still needs 4 years to become a real driver.
That be question mark or
question mark. Okay, so ahead of December 7th elections, politicians have, should I say, adapted to the habit of vote buying. We wouldn't really know say vote buying, but Sana we've all termed it as vote buying. Lydia Alhassan during special vote, no, she went to Legon also to share rice and oil and a whole lot, and also the incense pea buy. So Kwaku Manu has also shared his voice to the sharing of food. So according to him, politicians sharing food at the venue of the voting center is evidence that they have no respect for Ghanaians. They have no respect for voters. He added that giving food to the voters to influence their decision in voting for them was a dumb move on their part. So let's go listen to the video from the horse's own mouth.
A and I part B.
What's the thing?
We say, and to say, I can't Bawumia the name.
So now start.
Okay, Ohima, you see, I am very shame say such people who have to do this kind of act. So what I say, that being in a queue and giving people money to vote for you, I 100% agree with what Kwaku Manu said. So one jidin wa me jidin, and I say me jidin by disgracing you or by exposing you at the end of the day, because this is not where to bribe. This is not where this shows how selfish some of our leaders they are. Because at the end of the day, and Kwaku Manu can hear all ban we did that. On can't just say comedy. And as on can't say comedy. At the end of the day, the happening here, and they say we are trying to choose someone who can rule the country. We are assembly man, you be able to me, the way I assemble dying war, over to me, I can. We are MP, be able to me develop the city in which we are, but not say one bag of rice every 4 years. No, my mobile back. It doesn't make any sense. So him, I think say it's about time we start exposing people. If not, say we will base on say comedy and those kind of actor. I think we should start exposing people. That is the fact.
All right. Okay, Sister Debbie.
You see, politicians in this country are taking the citizens for granted. I don't know how they see us. I don't know whether they see us to be, excuse my words, they see us to be fools, or they see us to be illiterate. Even illiterate nowadays know right from wrong. Even if the person cannot read, the person goes to market every day. Even if the person cannot read and write, the person goes to market every day. She buys, she knows what she has been buying. Something you've been buying less price, and then within a second, the prices like skyrocketed every day, each and every seconds. So even the illiterate in this country know that where we've gotten to as a country, there is no way they can deceive us anymore. So like it's about time we show them that we are not interested in their charity services, but we are in for someone who actually improve like the economic status of this country, someone who will bring development, somebody who will come to serve us as citizens. I always say that we vote for you to serve us, not to become bosses over us. Because when I vote for you, you are coming to serve me. The school in my community, I can't use my money to build it. That's why every day I pay taxes. The food I buy, I pay tax on it. Even water we use, we pay taxes almost every day. Electricity, we pay tax. Almost everything in this country are paying tax on it. Things that do not even need us to pay tax on, we are still paying tax on them. And so that taxes, what are you using it for? Throughout the year, you couldn't even organize party for your people, your constituencies. You couldn't buy dresses for them, food and everything. See, all the charity services in this country, now 99% are private institutions. Yeah. They're not even from Ghana. Most of them are from USA and staffs, helping communities, building schools for communities, building hospitals for communities. And so the taxes they are taking, what are they using it for? Then at the end of the day, when we are going to vote, you're coming to give me food. It's like you're using the food and the drink to buy my success for another 4 good years of suffering. It won't happen. Never. It won't happen. For me, when they bring the food, I'll eat. Oh, I'll eat. Seriously, I'll eat the food and drink it.
That wouldn't influence you.
Oh, it won't influence my vote at all. Not at all. I'm not going to vote for it because I'm not a fool. I can't live in a constituency where you don't have like basic necessities. And you know, some of this member of parliament, you can actually write letters upon letters. I would say that sometimes you even go to the house, you will see the vehicle in the house, they will tell you he's not around. But you can see the vehicle in the house, but he's not around. And then after 4 good years of doing nothing, you are coming to give us food. You see, they've been doing that for a number of times, and then anytime they do that, they win. And so they know that, oh, that's how we are. Even if you don't give them anything, that is why Ajasafo can go and be, at that moment, she can be giving you yogurt or take your yogurt and be selling. Just this afternoon, I saw one member of parliament, he's now a mate in Trotro conducting. Look at this.
Just because of votes. But when you were in power, I've never seen them in Trotro before doing what? Once he has his Land Cruiser and stuff in the house, but because of votes, you are not coming to conduct cycle. How do they even say it? The mates, how do they do their destiny? Cycle. Then they'll do Accra. And I was like, look at this. We are not fools, so we are not fools. December 7th, we will show them. Yes, we will show them that we are now open-minded, because they've really showed us Sheje in this country. They've really showed us Pepe. In this country, we've seen a lot of things, and so you cannot sit down. I know some member of parliament, some MPs are actually doing their best. Seriously, some are actually doing their best, even though sometimes they complain that the funds and certain things they don't get, but they are actually doing something to let you know that even though sometimes we don't get the money as we are supposed to get it, but we are doing something. Some of them, they will not even do it at all. Like what's the name? Dansuma, the see there. Is it Esla Usu? Or if I'm not lying, you know, her constituents, like some of the members, they were complaining that they didn't build any sea defense, and so they are going to vote against him. Just this afternoon, I saw her message that they should vote so that they can complete the sea defense. Then I was asking myself, did they start? Like, where did they start it from? Or they started this and maybe I didn't see it, or maybe the people living there are actually telling lies. If only they don't take illegal means to rig this election, believe me, Ghanaians are going to choose the right person on December 7th. We are not fools. We will tell them that our eyes are now opened. You know, first we haven't eaten the fruit, but by the sake of Eve, we've now eaten the forbidden fruit. And so our eyes are open. On December 7th, we are going to vote. No, we are not just going to vote for anybody at all, but we are going to vote for somebody with quality leadership skills that we know that is coming to improve the country. That's what we will do. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so to our last story for today, actor Prince David Osei has lashed out to former President John Dramani Mahama for being a greedy leader. So according to him, John Dramani Mahama has been an MP for 12 years, deputy minister for 4 years, minister for 4 years, vice president for 4 years, president for 4 years, and former president for 8 years. Yet he still wants to be president again. This brings me to a question. I wouldn't say he's greedy. But don't you think that this is the time where we have to do away with the old people and vote the young people into power? Because they don't really know what the youth are going through. That is how I'll put it. But for a youth to come into power, the youth are our own. We are co-equals. They know the things we're going through. They know how the economy is. They know that there's no job. So if they are supposed to put certain things in place, they would have to do it. When I shall say, second time. Yeah. Okay, sister baby.
Okay, so first of all, who is a greedy person? I'm coming. A greedy person is someone who has an intense interest in wealth at the expense of others. Now, let's take Mahama and Akufo-Addo, because Akufo-Addo it is left with almost 4 days for him to leave, right? So he is still the president of Ghana. Let's take these two people and compare who has been more greedy when Mahama was in power and then Akufo-Addo right now. Were we not here when Akufo-Addo flew to one of these countries and then he spent almost, if I won't lie, 21 million in a jet, whilst we have our Falcon in this country? When Kufuor came, he brought that Falcon, he used it. Mahama used the same Falcon. President Akufo-Addo said there was no washroom in the Falcon, and so he was going to hire a jet, and that jet cost the country almost 21 million. And you are telling us that Mahama is a greedy person. I'm not in support of Mahama, but what he is saying is just a political gimmicks. He is just saying that because he wants to gain favor from the people. If you compare the government of President Mahama, former president, and then this current government right now, every patriotic citizen in this country can tell you that the MPP government are more greedy. They are more greedy. I'm not siding any political party, but we are saying the truth here. If in case NDC comes into power, if in case Alan comes into power, their party comes into power, or any other parties come into power, and they are not doing the same thing, we are going to talk. We are going to say it. If you're not in power, and then we are actually saying, if you're in power, you are not doing the right thing, and we are saying you feel like we are actually in for a different party, or we side the opposition, but we are not siding the opposition. It's a fact, and everything is clear. Those times, things are not expensive. I always use the economy because the economy is the main factor. Is the main factor of everything in this country. If you don't have the money, you cannot do anything. 4 cedi to a dollar, and today 17 cedis, and you are telling me what? Corruption under Mahama. Yes, there was corruption under President Mahama, but compare corruption under President Mahama and then corruption under President Akufo-Addo and tell me whether I'm lying. And then to your question, yes, we may need someone who is vibrant to lead this country, but the question now is, are they going to vote for the person? Because we are in a country where politics has become a duopoly. If not NDC, NPP. If not NDC, NPP. And so let's take Cheddar for instance. He's a youth. He's vibrant. I mean, he has come out to he has really opened up his policies and initiatives, which he claims makes him a good leader of this country. But how sure are we that our people are going to vote for them? And I will also say that, you see, becoming a president in Ghana is not that easy when you are a youth. We like to choose people who are like somewhere 40, 50, 60. We like to choose people who are old enough. I don't know whether they believe that when you are old, that's when you know, like, it's like you are too open. But to me, I believe it's not like that. We can actually give way for this youth to also stand. But you see, politics in Ghana too is not that easy. To get your way to the top there is not that easy, especially in these duopoly parties. Unless you come out with your own party, and you're coming out with your own party too, it takes a lot because we don't know you. You are supposed to, like, before you come out, like me, I said very soon I'll stand. So since I want to start,
stand what?
I will stand.
Okay.
Since I want to stand, like, I cannot just come to work every day and say I want to stand. I have to, like, begin doing something. I have to sell myself out there for people to know that this is what I am capable of doing, even though I haven't declared to them that this is what I want to do. So already you know me, you know what I can do, you know what I'm best at, you know what I have done. So when I come out finally to tell you that I'm standing for this, I'm standing for that, you know that as for Deborah there, she's good in this, she's good in that. So when we give her the power, she's actually going to do great things in the constituency or great things for the country. You see, but there's some petty things I've noticed is that most of the time we don't do that. The person is in the party, you know, even though the person is working for one of the big people in this country, but then you don't see them out. You don't see them coming out to do something, campaign. Like when you go out, you to like say something to let people know you, let them know what you are good at. Let them know that when they invest their power into you, you can actually use it to do something. But then you're not going to see somewhere when it's time for election, then you come. You want to, yes, you will get the people who will support you. But trust me, they will fail you. It's better for you to fear delegates and start working on yourself before they disgrace you.
All right.
You get it.
Thank you very much, DJ Cham.
Yeah, Ohima, I think
we are now the last words.
Debbie are canning here. So what I said, you know, you see, people who do come up with this comments, you know, they are more than what he is expecting someone to be agreed, you know.
Yeah.
They are very dangerous. At the end of the day, yes, government in nearby, you know, we face them. The challenges were high, but compare those days to this current government, we are dying. The last time I watched some video, we got to 10 CDs with just look at just
don't talk much. Yesterday, just at Carnation, somebody bought banku. Banku asked people, banku it's meat. He said 50 CDs.
Sure.
50 CDs, oh.
So what I said, and the Kufon gallon oil, he said that was for 400 CDs or 2.5. Now 1,200 CDs or 1,000 CDs. Just think about it. So at the end of the day, behind Yamamudi, and to your question, said don't pay young person. See, Ohima, these politicians, they are very tricky. If you don't take care, see, we can get someone who's more than another government. Seriously.
If it's more dangerous
than another government or NPP government. So we should vote wisely, and also to my last words, you know, to what Kwaku Manu said, say, "Uma ode jani ba meji medi, and small sanso tweet yaw." And that moment, so one jidiya, umeji di, and I say ne beji din, and to Bawumia way, no, Bawumia should sit back and do corrections and wait for another 4 years to see what Mahama will do in case he comes to power, to start correcting whatsoever that was a problem. I mean, he's a nice guy, handsome guy, you know, brilliant guy.
Oh.
But
who? Rich.
Bawumia.
But
on set back, then analyze things before, plan very well. Yes, so that's all for now.
All right, Sister Debbie.
So yes, see, if you actually bringing someone out to lead, you know, even if the leader is not good enough, you should give him somebody that will complement him, somebody that will actually not show the leader's weaknesses. That is why we have PAs. We have, anytime we have a boss, we have the assistant. But you see, when you look at the MPP government, I'm not criticizing them. I'm not saying Bawumia is no good. Bawumia is good. Then they've added Napo. I'm not saying Napo is no good, but Napo too is good. But you see, when you're actually bringing people out and you say that no, this person has trouble, like has a bit of a bit of problem at this side. When you are adding somebody to him, you bring somebody that will actually prevent that weaknesses from showing. But I think that bringing Napo as the vice president to Bawumia it has worsened the whole issue. And Bawumia, he's a good man. I'm not saying he's not good. He's very good. But I think that it will be better for him to stay back and then still learn certain things and then put them in place. And I'm sure that next time when he stands, trust me, he will make it. And to the other stories, Kwaku Manu story, yes, it's true. Politicians are taking us for granted. It's about time we show them that no, we are no more like how we used to be. Everything about us have changed, and so we cannot vote for you to lead us. We voted for you for change, and then we vote for, instead of change, you are bringing distraction, and then you're expecting me to vote for you again. No, it won't happen. And then when that day reaches and I'm going to vote, you're not coming to give me rice. with drink. Rice waker, if you are going to sum everything together, maybe to cost somewhere 50 cedis with drink, 2 cedis, because of 70 cedis, I should come and give you another 4 years of a disaster. No, it won't work. So I'm just praying for one of these MPs to meet me somewhere. I will take it. I will appreciate you seriously. But then when I get there, I know who to vote for. And you don't have to say that someone is greedy. Mahama is not greedy. Akufo-Addo is not greedy. But then when you compare the two, everybody who actually wants the good of this country would tell you that during Mahama's time, everything was okay. Even when we were in the crisis of Doomsokra, things was still going on well. Things was still going on well. But today you take a vehicle in and out, 5 cedis today. Tomorrow when you go, they'll tell you 7 cedis. The next day 8 cedis. Look at you yourself, because you don't even know your stand. So you don't say this. So for me, I believe it's political strategies. But please, to you listening to me out there, on December 7th, when you get there, know who to vote for. If the person has actually done something good in your constituency, and you believe that when you vote for him, he will still bring more change, why not vote for the person? But when you think the person has actually done nothing, and you still want to waste your vote because of 50 cedis and remain in disaster see, 4 years from now is not easy. Look at what we are facing now. Just imagine another 4 years and you are going to vote for somebody who will bring disaster, breaking the 8. Then it's your own problem, because me very soon I'll leave this country. So we better vote for somebody that will bring development to the country, and then all of us will live in and peace. We'll have our peace of mind and stuff, and then we should do away with illegalities. Nobody should have it in mind that they want to rig the election. When you're there, someone give you the money, take the money. I will advise you to take the money, but when you get there, vote for someone who will bring change to Ghana.
All right, thank you very much, DJ Chan.
All right, so that was Ohima Chumde and Sister Debbie right here on Ghana Talks Radio. From now to 5:30, let's vibe with some high life music. From 5:30 to 5:45, we go for a news in brief from Awun to me, Akansukum live on Ghana Talks Radio. Stay tuned and listen in stereo.